Hello YouTube. I wanted to get on here and follow up on a video that I made that I think I entitled it Congratulations, You're Approved, It's Yours, because there is something to be said about trusting the story that you write for yourself, your journey, and your timing. It is so easy to get caught up in looking at everyone else's life, finding inspiration, knowing that anything is possible, absolutely. But in the back of your head, you're like, but why not me? Why now? Why not now? I'm ready now. I've been ready yesterday. I have been ready last year, okay? I have been ready for this job or career move. I have been ready for my finances to get to a certain place. I have been ready for this housing search to wrap itself up. I have been waiting for this new car. I have been waiting for the relationship status. I have been waiting for all of these things. And what happens is if we continue to come from a place of anxiety and self-doubt and worrying, we begin to practice behaviors that really don't get us anywhere. Then we start beating dead horses. Then we start trying to force our way through doorways and in spaces that you already know that's not for you. You already know that there's kind of like there's some reservation there, or that door is being closed because there is something better for you. There's more for you, but now you're getting so anxious and you're not being able to be patient and trust the process that you start making shit up. Okay, you start, applying for anything, dating anybody, trying to do okay, I'm just gonna buy this house over here. And it's like, that's a fixer-upper. That might be too much for you. Oh, I'm just gonna move over here. And that side of town may not be the best. Why don't you wait for the best? Why don't you relax and know that what is for you is going to be clear, it's going to flow, it's going to have your name written all over it. Sometimes you may not even have to look for it because it's going to come to you. Someone's going to say, oh my goodness, I know this realtor who's really good and has experience and knows this part of town. Have you ever heard of this part of town? Let them show you what they have available in the market. Let them show you, another area that you may not have considered. You may have a type of individual that you might have never considered to date. He don't look like what you want. He don't sound like what you want. He not from where you're from. He don't do what you do. And you so caught up on the perfect dream man that you're about to overlook a man that is showing up, got money, got stability, has a good head on his shoulders, actually has a relationship with God, which is important because that means that he has a type of moral compass that no matter how much you guilt him, no matter how much he says he loves you, he will always get back on track, okay? And he is into you. He's willing to show you. He's willing to wait for you. He is willing to do anything you need him to do to prove to you. But that's not your type. But he doesn't look like what you expected. He's not really, checking all the boxes. He is, but he isn't, okay? You'd rather hold on to and force a guy and say, hey, you'd rather tell a man, we need to communicate better. You'd rather tell a man how he needs to follow up on a date. You'd rather tell a man, teach a man, build a man to make him what you want him to be when that's the resistance I'm talking about. You would rather go out here and try to apply to all these jobs, and I've done this, God knows I've done this, apply to all these jobs that really you're so desperate now that you're not even in your scope of knowledge. You're not even in the same industry. You're not in the same, that don't even make any sense. How could you even work that job? Because the job hours, the job requirements, the job everything does not tie into what we believe in, which is soft life, work-life balance, get paid more to do less, okay? Room for growth, okay? None of these things, hold on, y'all, let me get this. None of these things match what you say you want at a career, okay? But yet we still pushing, okay? You say you're ready for a new lifestyle. You're ready for your surroundings and your lifestyle to match the woman that you're becoming, the woman that you stepped into. Because I get it. Hard habits die. Bad habits die hard. It's hard to kind of transition. Sometimes you don't feel like you belong in certain places. Sometimes you feel like an imposter. Sometimes you feel like you're not good enough to say no to the hole in the wall club where they bump and grind and twerk. It's, downtown, so you got a street park, you got to walk 2 blocks, stand in some ratchet line to get in there and get stepped on and get all smoky and have dudes just walking behind you, grabbing you every which way, talking about some, hey girl, what's up? They don't buy you a drink. There's no food in there. It's just boom, boom, boom. But across town, there's an upscale cigar lounge that has, the really fancy filtration system, so your locks aren't going to smell like smoke. You can actually see who the hell is in the room. There's valet parking, okay, or ample parking in a well-lit parking spot. There's security, so you feel safe. There's, an upscale and very expensive drink menu and food menu, and everybody and their mama ain't in there. It's people that are about something, going somewhere, doing something with their life. You may feel like I'm not on that level yet, so I can't be in those spaces, or I don't know, some type of show or event, I don't know, whatever, community event, whatever. So you hold back from making that shift in your life. But the ease is on this side, but you go with the confusion and the headache over here, because let's talk about all the factors that could go on with that world. You can get robbed, you can get towed, it's unsafe, a fight could break out. Confusion. We have to let go of the confusion and the resistance tied to our old selves and the old ways that we used to do things and the old ways that we used to make things happen, where we really weren't making things happen. We were just complicating our lives. Okay? This applies to every area in our life. Every single area. To clarify, when something is for you, it's going to come. It's going to flow. It's going to be boom, 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 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. It's going to have your name written all over it. It's going to be clear. It's going to be easy in the sense of there is nothing standing in your way. Okay? I'm telling you this because I've lived through this. I've experienced this. And there are seasons when a closed door is for your protection. There were times when I asked for a personal loan, I did not get the personal loan. But then when I was in a better financial position to repay the loan and not default on the loan, guess what? My loans were approved. Okay? Use the money, pay the loans back, easy peasy lemon squeezy. There was a time when I was trying to do these things and the door was like, no, that's not where you need to be. And guess what? When it was meant to me for me to be in certain spaces, certain areas, certain opportunities, it was a yes, 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 yes. No headache, no confusion, no drama. So why do we continue to lend our energy and waste time with the things that are showing us that is not for us at this time? We have to train ourselves to trust the unknown. Trust when something is a no. Trust when something is like, wow, that didn't really work out like I thought it was going to work out. There must be something better. There has to be something better. This is just for my protection. This is just for my benefit. This is just for my journey. And then get clear on your journey. And make sure that when you ask for something or you pursue something, you're not going against your journey. So if I write down a journal, we're big writers over here. Let's go to work-life balance. I am calling into my life multiple streams of income. And if I'm going to work a job for because I'm not a big 9-to-5er. I do not care to have employers. But if I'm going to have an employer, this employer is going to benefit my life. Is going to understand I have children. Is going to understand I need a certain work-life balance. Going to know I need all the benefits. Don't cheat me on the benefits. 401k, matching, this, that, and the other. Okay? So why would I go apply at Walmart at a position where I know those things are offered to me? Not that you can't have a career at Walmart, but Walmart is out of my scope. That's not my niche. That's not my strong suit. Yeah, be a top manager at Walmart. Work that. But you know that is for you and that is a good match for you. So why would I go and force something and try to attain something, create something, do something that is not a good match for the very thing I said I wanted? How is that going to work out? It ain't. Okay? So we tend to do this when we start getting anxious, doubting ourselves, doubting the process, and also putting our own power and capability of our minds, creating the life that we want, and God's timing, the spirit realm, the ancestors, how they play into all that, all these different factors, okay? How this ties into our life. Sometimes you can want something and not even be ready for it. Come on now. If I say I want to be a homeowner and I do not have the financial security that is needed to carry a house, I need to stay my ass in an apartment. Because when the AC goes out, when my garbage disposal is clogged and I can't figure it out, when something breaks in here, guess who I call? The maintenance man. When you get in a house, it's all on you. So what is the reality of that? You have to be ready to be a homeowner. You can talk homeowner all day long, but if you're not financially ready and have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in the bank that you don't touch, because that's just the rainy day fund, okay? Repairs, taxes. It's nothing wrong with wanting a home. It's nothing wrong with looking at homes. There's nothing wrong with working with a realtor and getting ready to be a homeowner. But I had to trust that I'm going to be a homeowner, but it just can't be right now. I want to be ready. I think I'm ready, but I'm really not ready. I'm really not ready, and I have to come to terms with that. I have to trust that, and then I have to say it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's humbling. Sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes you looking around like, well, look at them, how they buy a house. That don't have nothing to do with me. That don't have nothing to do with me. Set the goal. Talk about the goal. Keep the goal alive. Do what you got to do, but know that the timing. So next time I go to the bank, next time I go, through the process, through the broker or whoever, and I say, okay, now this is my money, this is my savings, this is, where I want to be, where I want to buy. They say, okay, there's nothing else you really need to do. You've checked all the boxes. So, but you start the process. I'm glad I started the process back when I first shared on this YouTube channel, because it was like, it wasn't a no, but it was like, well, you're going to need a little bit more than you think you need. Okay. And that's okay. Career. You're going to need to keep it real with what you say you're willing to do for a dollar amount. You're going to need to be clear on how long you plan to work this job to reach your goals. There's nothing wrong with working a job to set yourself up. Okay? This is 2024 now. We know how the political climate and the economics look like. If you're a single woman, you're going to have to do things differently. You can do it all, but you're going to have to move differently. And you're going to have to trust only your journey. You cannot compare yourself to everybody else. And then on top of that, try to force your way to do what everybody else is doing. Let's talk about another forcing thing. You get on the internet and you see all these get rich quick, how to make money fast, how to make, big money, and you're like, what? But it's out of your scope. Flipping cars, medical couriers, the stock market. What's another one? Starting window washing businesses. Even starting a YouTube channel and selling products. These things take time, and if that's not what you're passionate about, keep it real. Why are you going to force yourself to do something for the sake of the outcome when, guess what? You have to trust that the outcome is for you anyway. Okay? I don't go to a restaurant. This example has been used so many times, but I love it. You don't go to a restaurant, sit down and order, and then run back and forth between the kitchen, micromanaging how they cook your food, when they cook your food, how they plate your food. Did they put the sauce on the side like you wanted? Did they add the seasoning that you wanted? Did they hold the jalapenos? Whatever. You sit down, you order your drink. Your hors d'oeuvre typically comes out first, or if not, your appetizer, And if not, they'll bring you that delicious, scrumptious, warm bread with your olive oil herb dip or your sweet butter, and you enjoy the wait. You trust that when your food comes, exactly how you ordered it, exactly how you put it in, it's going to be yours. And then on top of that, guess what? They're not going to make you go halfway. The waitress is not going to be like, you got to come to the kitchen and get it. She's going to bring it to you, put it in front of you, and say, is there anything else? Enjoy. That plate in front of you is your man, your life, your house, your trip, your vacations, your financial ease, your financial comfort. That is your peace. That is your children's success. That is your dreams. That is your passions, your passion projects. That is everything that you have taken time to say, God, this is what I need and this is what I want. And you know what's beautiful about it is that you cannot have a desire. You didn't make the desire up because the desire is already yours. If it exists, it's yours. So that's the most beautiful thing about it. There is no doubt. There is no question there. It's just a matter of when is the best time for you. Okay? Don't get so caught up on being anxious of wanting something so soon that you could default. You could lose it. You might not know what to do with it. You might not be ready. They might not be ready. Whatever. I could get the best top paying job. Let's go back to career. And I not be at a place where I can even do the job until they fire me. Let's keep it real. Okay? Let's get away from career entrepreneurship, side hustle or whatever. You want to sell products or services. The possibility is there. But the resistance is you maybe need to change your price point, your marketing strategy, your approach, how you sell, where you sell, all these different things. It's not a no. It's just there's room for improvement. And right now you're struggling with it because there's gaps there. Focus on what you can change and where you can improve so that it can be easy and it can flow. Sometimes the resistance also too is either a no because for your protection or showing you where you need to improve and where you need to do some work. That's also an option. That's also like, oh, that's okay. It's okay. We're not going to lose our shit, right? We're not going to panic over knowing that, like I said, with my house buying process, there's more than I need to do on the back end, but it doesn't mean that I'm never deserving of being a homeowner, and that's a goal that I'll never attain. That's a desire that has been placed in my heart that I'm just going to be tortured for the rest of my life in the agony of just never being able to get there. That's not how that works. Okay? So to reiterate, there are two ways to look at this thing. Work to be done, improvements to be made for you to be your best self and you to be in a position and a mindset to receive what is going to come to you. Not if, but what is going to come to you that you've already asked for, that you've already set in motion. Then you're going to trust the process. You're going to trust all the moving pieces. Let's use example. Oh, and then you're also going to recognize, and if after you've made improvements and changes for that thing and it still doesn't work out, then that means that it's the timing and something better is coming. Okay, so last two examples. You've got your shit together after going through the home buying process of checking off all your boxes, okay? So now you know you're ready to buy. And it took you a year. So what? The year flies by. You never gave up, but you worked on what you needed to work on, okay? So now you're ready to buy. And it's a fixer-upper. It's got a hole in the roof, and the foundation is crazy. Do you force it and say, well, I guess I can make it work, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna exhaust my reserve. And it's not moving ready, and I'd have to live with my mom for a little while or live through the construction and the upgrades, and I'd have to figure it out. All this headache around trying to make that house what you want it to be. Is that your house? Yes or no? You put in the offer and the offer is denied. And they want to stick with $70,000 over your budget. Or it's on the other side of town that you really didn't want to be that far. Do you keep pushing? Do you keep like, oh, well, you're settling? Do you keep settling? Do you keep like, well, I guess I got. Do you do that? Or do you wait and trust that, look, I made it this far. I already know I can buy a house. I'm not going to be homeless. The house that finds me, they're going to accept my freaking offer. It's going to be turnkey ready. Or even if it is a fixer-upper, it's not going to be all doom and gloom like this is a big risk. It's like, oh yeah, all it needs is a new roof. And that only costs X, Y, Z. Matter of fact, the homeowners are willing to throw in a roof. You know what I mean? So, you know, get it re-inspected, get it reappraised. You know what I mean? It's going to be easy peasy. It's going to be more fluid and smooth and forward with that process with these different factors. You want to buy a foreclosure. It won't be no headache and nightmare buying this foreclosure. You could be like, your realtor is going to be like, you know, this is a good buy, even though it's a foreclosure. We might have to jump through a couple loopholes, but you got this. It's not going to be a nightmare of a back and forth, all this nonsense. Ease for you. The house is going to come. It's going to be in your budget, and you're going to buy it. You're going to sign the paperwork, and you're going to get the keys. Dating, a relationship. You want this man, and you've got to ask him, are we confirmed for Friday at 7? You haven't heard from him since Tuesday. You are constantly trying to impose your, your standards and your boundaries and your, what's important to you and why you're dating on him, and he could care less. Okay, you don't know if you're number 3, you don't know if you're number 5, you don't know anything. He's inconsistent. He's already told you he, plays these little games, these little word games with you where, I like a woman that's basic and, if she's cool with it, we can split the check, maybe you can treat some time, all this nonsense. And you're going to keep talking to him. You're going to keep like, well, maybe he'll change. Maybe I can make him change. But then you've got a man who, he's whatever, but he's consistent. He's clear. He's concise. He follows up. You already know he's a giver. You already know that, he's good for you. You already know that he's established. You already know that he already said he's not dating anybody at all. So you already know you're number 1. He doesn't have any kids and he doesn't have any drama and he's boring. Ease or a fuckboy. Ease or a fuckboy. You decide. Okay? So sometimes it's not so much that we don't get what we ask for. It comes when we don't expect it and not how we particularly envision the package and the presentation, and then we still like throw it back. Like, meh. So once your food comes and you're like, I kind of thought that maybe it looked different, smells delicious, it's hot, but send it back. You didn't even taste it. You didn't even see if you liked it. I don't know, for whatever reason, you're going to pick something apart about it because I don't know why. I don't even know why we do that to ourselves. Okay? Check that too. Recognize that when it has your name on it, it is easy and it is clear. Recognize where we need to make improvements. Practice patience, timing, and trusting our own journey. 23 minutes, not bad. And this relates to so many areas of our life. So many areas of our life. So you can take this and apply it to anywhere. You can take this and apply it to anything. Because it works and because I'm sharing this because I've been through it. Okay? So good luck to you. Good luck to you. I can't stress that enough. I was gonna try to add something else, but I think that's it. I think that pretty much covers it. Like, and it takes practice. It takes practice to build these muscles of retraining how you interpret things that come into your life, how you interpret scenarios, how you interpret an answer. So for example, last example, I've had someone say, well, it's not a yes and it's not a no. Okay, I'll take that. I got time. You see what I'm saying? Because you never know. Let me make this clear. You never know how things are moving in the background in your favor, changing, shifting, removing themselves, making a path, clearing the way so that when it circles back to you, you're ready, they're ready, and the way is clear. Okay? The way is clear. It is clear. It is clear. I don't want to keep talking about myself because it might be hard for someone else to understand. Had I applied for first, let's use opportunity. When you wanted it, the opportunity may not have even existed. when you wanted to meet someone, he might not have been even in this country. I wasn't gonna say born. Weird. No, don't say that. But he might not have been in this country, or the position may not have been posted, or the manager that is going to, open doors and give you favor and help you network and blah 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 was not in that manager role at that time. You know what I mean? So things are moving around like a puzzle piece, so that, okay, when it's time for you to put your piece in the puzzle, you are the last piece, and now the picture is complete. Come on now. You are the last, but it had to take time to come around, to build around you, to accommodate you. And your role in someone's life or someone's story may be the same way. Someone could say, well, man, I wish I had met you 3 years ago. Where have you been all my life? It wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. You weren't ready. It wasn't time. It wasn't time, baby. It wasn't time. But it's okay. It's okay. I feel like I'm, getting worked up, but we are never anxious. The soft life, our self-care, our self-love, we've come too far to start doubting what is for us. If you live in an apartment, so what? I had to tell myself that, so what? I already know that my goal, I'm still going where I want to be. Some people are fine with living in apartments. That's fine. It's fine with them. I've seen some people be in homeowners, and wish they could get into an apartment. They're like, I'm done with this. This is, so sometimes your focus and your desires change. Sometimes you've had that time to decide, wow, I actually am surprising myself, and I want to pivot. I'm actually looking at other things. I did that in healthcare. When I was in healthcare, I never was trying to find these jobs, this opportunity. My teacher said, you would be a good nurse. I said, really? Why don't you do a mock interview? Really? They said, why don't you come work with us on a med-surg unit? Really? I wasn't stressing myself trying to find this job. I wasn't, trying to find that position. That position came to me. These men come to me. This money flows to me. These opportunities come to me. They will flow to you. Okay? So you're going to do the work, and you're going to know exactly what it looks like when it comes to you. Okay? You're going to know, and you're going to be so happy and so ready when it does. Thank you for watching. Into the next one. Peace. Bye.